Hello, and welcome to Saturday Science from the Public Libraries of Saginaw. My name is Michael, and how this works is, during the week this summer, you can pick up Saturday Science kits at Zauel Library in Saginaw Township, and then on Saturday, we'll post a video with instructions on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Just search for the Public Libraries of Saginaw on YouTube or Facebook, look for Saturday Science, and follow along with the instructions. In this program, we encourage kids to build, play, get messy, and explore the world around them. So today in Saturday Science, we are talking all about secret codes and ciphers. I loved secret codes growing up, and I wanted to be a secret agent. So if you want to be a secret agent, this is the perfect activity for you. And when we talk about secret codes and ciphers, we're talking about something called cryptography. Now, cryptography is the practice and study of hiding information. It's sometimes called code, and it's sometimes called a cipher. And those things are slightly different, which we'll talk about shortly. Now, when a message is sent using cryptography, it means it is changed or encrypted before it is sent. Now, the method of changing text is called a code, or more precisely, a cipher if it uses symbols. Now, cryptography is the use of those codes and ciphers to keep information secret. And there are records showing that cryptography has been used for thousands of years. In modern times, we've used it for things like in various wars. For example, the US recruited and trained Navajo code talkers during World War II. And these code talkers created a code using their Navajo language. And that contributed greatly to the US war against the Axis forces by allowing secret messages to be relayed. And with modern computers, we have more sophisticated and efficient means of encrypting information and hiding it. So, instead of pen and paper like we've used in the past, we're often using computers to solve these encrypted codes. Now, so what's the difference between code and a cipher? Well, code is based on semantics or the meaning of a language, and ciphers are based on syntax or symbols. So ciphers are typically just a set of instructions or an algorithm for converting one set of symbols, so possibly a letter, into another set of symbols, so like a number or a pictograph. So an example of a simple letter to number cipher would be something like A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, that kind of thing. So codes and ciphers are different, but often the terms are used interchangeably. So Morse code for example, is technically a cipher. It's not a code, but nonetheless, it is called Morse code and not Morse cipher. And you will have a sheet in your kit of Morse code. So Morse code converts letters and numbers into a series of dots and dashes. In Morse code, they're actually sometimes called dits and das. Now, in Morse code, each dash has a duration that is 3 times as long as each dot. Each dot or dash within a character is followed by a period of no signal. So you have a space that's equal in duration to the dot in between each letter. Morse code is designed to be communicated through audio. It could also be communicated visually using flashing lights. So the code isn't really designed to be transmitted in written format, but it can be written as well, or you can use audio tones or flashing lights. In your kit, you'll also find what's called a Pen Cipher. And this is a simple one, but it's kind of a fun substitution cipher where every letter of the alphabet is paired with a geometric symbol. So you're going to see each letter is in sort of a quadrant. And so you'll see the example on that piece of paper that shows how to write out a Pen Cipher. And then you could write a Pen Cipher, give that cipher to a friend or a sibling or a parent, and see if they can solve that code, that cipher. Now there's another piece of paper in your kit called the Caesar Shift Cipher. Now this one was actually named after Julius Caesar. he used this cipher to encrypt messages. However, it's not a very difficult cipher to figure out, and so his ciphers didn't stay secret for very long. So with a Caesar shift cipher, you're going to have kind of two different levels of it. You're going to have, in this example, you're going to have an outer circle with letters and then an inner circle with both letters and numbers. You could kind of create your own, and I'll show you how to do that. So with the Caesar shift cipher, whoever reads the code needs to know what the key to the code is. So for example, you need to know that A is the letter 13, or you can make the key to be whatever you want. The code can even be made using symbols. So you can make your own using two paper plates here, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so I have two paper plates, and what I did was cut out the center of one of the plates. So we just have a circle, and in the circle around the edges, I just wrote numbers. And then on the whole paper plate, I wrote letters. And what you're going to do is attach that smaller one to the larger one with something so it can spin. Now I ran out of push pins and paper brads. So I think in your kit, you may have a paper clip, but you can push the paper clip through. As long as you can get this middle part spinning, that's all you need. So whoever is going to read your code needs to know the key. So for example, if I said that the letter A meant it was equal to 13, I would spin it so the A and the 13 lined up, and then I can look at what the other letters and number line up to be. So I can use the key A equals 13, and then now I know F equals 2, G equals 3. So that's the idea, and you can make it look however you want. So you could write different designs instead of using numbers. You could do whatever you want to make a secret code. And then as long as the person who reads the code has the key, then they could solve that cipher. So that's the Caesar shift cipher. So hopefully today you learned a little bit about cryptography, and you can play around with those various methods that I showed you that are in the kit. And I hope you enjoyed today's Saturday Science, and we'll see you next week.